Hello everyone, I've got another Your Creative Studio box to share with you today. This is the June box, so I'm just going to very quickly go through the contents and then we'll have a go at creating a project with the contents that are inside. So this is what it looks like once the box is opened, and as usual we've got one of Amanda's cards on top, Your Creative Studio, with a note to me on the back. I've noticed that these are themed every single time as well, so it looks as if we've got a pretty lace theme going on with this one here. That's just really pretty. I love this tissue paper that the box is wrapped in this time as well. The other ones that I've had have been plain tissue paper, but this is just patterned and it's absolutely gorgeous. So there's a sneak peek of the contents. I'm just going to pop this to one side and then we'll have a look and see what's in the box. So the first item is this cute little tin with Merci on the front, and inside we've got a gorgeous selection of stamps. Just look at these. That one there is absolutely beautiful. And again, as the previous stamps that I've received, they are just beautiful quality by the looks of things as well. So we've got the lace doily here, the bird in the cage, Merci. I really like that. That's just cute. And a lace border. Really pretty. I'm looking forward to having a play with that. We've also got another stamp as well. This is a doily by the looks of things, and again just really nice quality. We have some glue, and you all know how much I love my glue, so let's just have a look at this. Let me just try and get this out of the package. Now this is square glue by the looks of things. Here we go, square glue. I have never seen square glue before, and it's blue as well, which is really nice, so that hopefully I'll be able to see where I'm actually putting it. So I'm interested to try that. We also have a notepad, Old Time Series Daily Plan. Let's have a look at this. I really like the rose pink, and as in previous boxes, it's perforated as well. We've got this lovely off-white paper, which again is really nice quality. I like that, and you know, I like the fact that you know, you only have to use half of this if you want to, and I just think these are great for layering in collage. You can stamp images on, you can pop stickers on, so you know, we can have a play around with that as well. We have some stickers, paper sticker bag. These are the stickers that are inside, so several different designs, and these are all lace and doilies. So let's just have a quick look at these. Oh, one's got stuck. Come here. So we've got some borders. Here we go. That one's upside down. We have some doilies, really pretty colours. I like these a lot. So we've got pinks, we've got greens, we've got blues. These are gorgeous. Let's have a look. And a mixture of whole doilies and lace border trims as well, which I just think is really nice. That one's lovely. I like that one. That one's gorgeous. So I'm liking those a lot too. What else do we have? We have a ruler bookmark. So let me just try and get this undone. Let's take this out. Oh, whoops daisy. So ruler bookmark. Let's have a look at this. So there's the ruler side. Now this could be used as either a stencil or a mask. I think that's really pretty, and it's so thin that you would have absolutely no problem at all inserting that into a journal without adding any extra bulk. I like that. That's really cute. We have some more stickers here. Let's just open these. So these are the generic Your Creative Studio stickers, and we've got birds in cages, we've got doilies, we've got lace tags, really cute. We have another bookmark, a gold tone bookmark this time. Let's have a look at this. There we go, that's cute. Let me just pop it back on there because we've got the bird in the cage on the back, and then we've got this. So again, that's just really fun for tucking on a page in a journal without it adding any bulk or weight. It's really lightweight. That's really cute. We have some papers, Baroque papers, these are called. Let's have a look. several different designs of these. Again, this really nice quality off-white paper. So let's have a look at the different designs. Now, again, these are just absolutely lovely for using as address labels for mailing envelopes. You can stamp in these, use them as collage elements as well. They're really nice and thin. I like these. These are all the different designs. Aren't these pretty as well? These ones here could be used as journaling spots in a journal if you wanted to. So, you know, lots of different options with those. We also have some more little papers as well. Let's just have a look at these. Gosh, there is so much in this box. So, oh, again, we've got several different designs. Look at these. I love these. These are gorgeous. Look at those borders. Let me just hold these up. Again, really versatile. Great for using as mailing labels, as well as stamping in, adding stickers to. Just so many ways to use these. So I like those. We also have some more stickers here by the looks of things. Let me just open this. Yep, these look like stickers. So let's have a look. So we've got a little bow here, and then we've got some lace trims here. Really, really pretty. Like those. We've got a little package in an envelope here. We've got some doilies, lots and lots and lots of doilies. Oh, whoops daisy, all the bits have come off. So we can have a play around with these. And then what else have we got left? I think this is the last item in the box. We've got some papers. So we've got these two papers here, again, vintage themed, Café Chocolat. I really like both of those. Those are just gorgeous. And then we've got some vellum papers as well. Let me just show you these. So we've got this one here, absolutely lovely. And we've got this one here as well, which is more of a postal theme. So that is the contents of this month's beautiful, beautiful box. I've just laid out the contents just so that you can see the vast amount that's included this month. Really pretty items, just a lovely, lovely colour palette as well. So I'm going to go off and have a think about this and see what we can make with some of these beautiful items. Now I think I have a bit of a plan. I've got one of the doilies and I'm going to start off by putting one of these stickers down, if I can get it unpeeled, in the centre of the doily, just so that we've got a bit more interest going on in the middle. So I'm just going to stand up to do this so that I get it nice and central. I think about there. There we go. I think that's about right. And I found that the easiest way to do it was to just make a crease in the middle of the doily, just so that I had something to try and centralise it with. I'm really funny like that. If things aren't centralised, it really bugs me. That's good enough. And then I've pulled out this piece of scrapbooking paper here, and this is again from one of the M&C Boutique blocks from the Works here in the UK. This is an old one and I've used lots of the pages already, but this colour here was just absolutely perfect to go with the blue doily. And so what I want to do is glue that down like that. So that's the start of whatever I'm going to do with this. And I have no idea beyond making this page what I'm going to do with it, but I'm sure we'll think of something as we go along. So I want to try out the glue sticks. So let's see how we get on with this. So I'm going to apply plenty of glue, and it's nice that, oh, here we go. Be careful, this is so fragile. Nina, you are going to have to be very, very careful with this. Can you see what I'm doing? So this doily is so delicate. I'm just barely tapping this on because I don't want to tear it. Let's just try and get some in those fuller areas. That should do. That seems really, really sticky, which is good. And I'm hoping that that this blue will disappear. I think I've probably got way too much glue on that part there. let's stick this down. And again, I'm just going to try and centralize it. So let's have another piece of deli paper here just so that I can smooth that down. And as I say, I'm just hoping that that blue glue will dry. I'm sure it will. And then gently peel this up. Isn't that gorgeous? And I'm just using a tissue just to gently wipe that excess glue away. There we go. It's gone now. And that seems to be sticking really, really nicely. That's how that looks. I love it, but I don't want to waste this other piece of doily, so I'm just going to very, very carefully trim that away so that I can use the other half on something else. I've trimmed the doily off, and I'm just going to pop that to one side so that I can use that for a future project. And then I want to do some stamping. I want to start off by stamping the bird cage in one of these pretty papers here. I have stamped it off a few times just to get the stamp activated, and what I've noticed is that I'm accumulating quite a bit of ink around the edges, which I don't want. So I've got a baby wipe. I did have a baby wipe at the ready. So what I'm going to do is ink up my stamp. In fact, I might do it this way round just to make sure that I get plenty of ink on there before I take the excess away from the edges. So I'm just going to take the excess away like this, just to make sure that I don't get any on my page. I've got a piece of tissue here as well that I can use. Here we go. Let's just get rid of any of that excess ink, and then I'm just going to stamp. And I want to stamp it fairly high up. You'll see why in a second. Let's go for it. Fingers crossed that I've got it in the right place. I'm just going to press down quite hard just to make sure that that ink grabs. There we go. That's good. And then I want to use the Merci stamp. I've already inked this up as well. And I'm just going to use my scratch piece of paper. You see, again, I'm accumulating some ink around the edges, so I want to take that off as well. Let's just use this tissue, try and get rid of that, get it off the bottom as well, and then I can stamp Merci just at the bottom here like that, and again just hope that I've got that centralized. Oh, that's just so cute. I love that. Isn't that pretty? Now I want to layer this up, and I've cut myself some more of the same paper. It was just a piece that was left over from this sheet, and I've cut some of the grey Arteza paper as well, and I just think this will look really nice layered. What I do want to do though is just round the edges just to make it look even nicer. I just think it will soften it by rounding the edges. You see, that just looks really cute. I'll do the same with these pieces as well. So I'm really happy with that. And before I glue everything down, I just want to stamp one of these round doilies. I've already stamped this off a few times, and I do want to make sure as well that I've got rid of the ink again from around the edges. This is a common trait with wooden stamps, by the way. Nothing wrong with it. It's just one of those things. And I want to stamp that on the edge about there. Let's hold that down for a second or two just to get the ink to grab. There we go. That's a really good image. Let me just put the lid back on my ink, because what I want to do now is I've got my small circle punch, and I'm going to try and cut out a circle as evenly as I can. Let's try and get this nice and symmetrical about there. I think that will do. Let's just pop that to one side, and then I can just wait a second or two, I think, for the ink to dry just before I fold it in half. So the ink should be nice and dry now, and I'm just going to fold this in half and make myself a little tab. And I'm sure anybody who follows me, has followed me for a while, will know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to use that as a little tab on the top there like that, and I just think that just looks really, really cute. So, right, okay, let's glue things down. I'm going to start off by gluing this first. I need some deli paper. So we'll use the glue stick again, seeing as we've got it handy here. So apply plenty of glue all the way around the edges, and this is good because at least you can see if you've missed any bits. There we are, that will do, and we can glue that down here like this. Make sure that I've got that nice and symmetrical, that's fine. And then I wanted to glue that down there like that, so I'll glue this one on next. And make sure again that we've got plenty of glue around the edges. And I want this protruding slightly as well. So fiddle around with this, not too much, about there, that will do. Make sure that again I've got that fairly evenly spaced, and then I can glue this down. Make sure I get it the right way up, then I can glue that down on top. I just think that looks lovely. I want to punch a hole in the top, but I'm going to use my Japanese screw punch to do that, just because if I use my crocodile, the hole will just be too big, just for this tiny card. So I'm just going to punch a hole about there, like that. That's the perfect size. There we go, that will do. And then I've found some of this ribbon here, and this is just ribbon that I've collected. You know when you buy jumpers in the shops and they have these strings holding things onto the coat hanger? That's what this has come from, and the colour is just absolutely perfect. I always keep them just in case, because you know they're nice long pieces of ribbon, and I just think the colour of that one there is just spot on for this. So maybe that's a little bit too long, and I don't want to waste it, so I might shorten that. There we are, so that's the perfect size, and I can save that for something else. Now that's going to go on my background like that, but this background is too big, so what I'm going to do is just trim it on the side. I'm debating whether to trim something off the top as well, but I'll trim it on the side and see what it looks like first. Now that I've trimmed the paper down, it just looks a whole lot more balanced, so that's definitely a better size. Before I start gluing everything down though, I want to just ink around the edge of this with some frayed burlap, just a bit, not too much. In fact, I probably could have used ice spruce as well, but this will give it a nice vintagey touch. I think this is the right colour. That just looks so lovely. I really like that. Let's just ink that there as well. Just a bit more. I'm happy with that. I'm not going to apply any ink though to this here. And then I've cut myself a piece of grey cardstock as well. Again, it's another piece out of the Arteza pack. I just think this grey goes so beautifully with the white and the blue. Very French looking, I think. I just love that, you know, really in keeping with the merci. So I'm going to glue this down just with the glue stick. Just this for the time being, because then I'm just going to whiz this through my sewing machine just around the edge. So we'll just apply a little bit of glue just to hold it in place. Apply some in the centre as well, just so that that doesn't come unstuck. So plenty in the centre. And as I say, just enough around the edge just to hold it whilst I whiz it through the sewing machine. So centralise that, and as soon as I've whisked it through the sewing machine, I'll be straight back. I've finished my stitching, and I just love what a difference that makes. It just looks so beautiful, but I've got the urge to distress around the edges of the grey card. So I'm just going to go around this with my scissors like this, just so that the edges aren't quite so square. And then finally, before I glue my focal image down, I just want to use some ice spruce just to go around the edge of this, just to pick up those tatty edges. I love how that looks. So my little focal tag is going to go down there, just like that, and I'm going to use a bit of glue in the centre, the glue stick in the centre, and some Fabri-Tac as well around the edges, just to make sure that that's not going anywhere. So we'll use some 3-in-1. Whoops daisy, I've got a blobby. Let's get rid of that, and then we'll apply just a bit of 3-in-1 just around here, like this. A bit in the center as well, just for added measure. I'm just going to smooth that around the edges, just so that we don't end up with any lumps and bumps. There we go. And I want that to go about there, like that, I think. Just use a tissue then just to smooth that down. I'm really happy with that. And to make my card look super special, I'm going to glue it down onto some caddy paper like this. Again, I'll use the 2 different glues. So I'll use this one here in the center, like that, and then I'm going to use some 3-in-1 as well, just because this is such thick cardstock now. I don't think that glue stick on its own is enough to hold it, so 3-in-1 will just make sure that it isn't going anywhere. And I'm just going to apply it just to the edge of the sewn line, rather than outside it, just because, you know, I like it when it's not completely flat to the page, and that will be enough to hold it in place so that it's not going anywhere. So we'll put plenty in the middle as well. There we go. That should be enough. Come on, the glue isn't coming out. So we'll pop that down on there, and then we just need to finish off the inside, and I've got an idea for that as well. Let's go whole hog. So I'm just going to weight that down underneath a heavy book for a minute or 2. Now, whilst the card is being weighted down underneath a heavy book, I've got some of my encaustic medium. I think that's too much. And these are the pieces that I was stamping off on that scratch piece of paper, and I've just fussy cut them out because, you know, we might as well use those. Too nice to throw away. And if I can retrieve my iron, I'm just going to melt that, just to turn it into vellum paper, just to make it see-through, so that we're carrying on with the vintage theme, and it will look more like a sticker. That's just lovely. We can go on the back as well. And then I've got a piece of scratch paper as well. Let me just retrieve this just to get rid of any of the excess wax. Let's just move that to the side for a second. And I'm just using the R&F encaustic medium. You can use just a regular white household candle. You don't have to have the same supplies as me. A regular white household candle will do the same thing. Here we go. And I'm just going to iron that between scratch paper just to get rid of the excess wax. There we are. This is just chip shop paper, by the way. I've bought a whole pack of this just to use as scratch paper on my desk. Let's try not to knock my coffee over. So there we go. We've now got a nice vellum piece of ephemera. And then this paper here is another piece of homemade vellum paper, and I'll leave the link to the video showing how I made this. I did it in exactly the same way as I've done this piece here. So I just want to glue this down. So we'll use a glue stick. We've already tried and tested this, and glue stick will hold vellum paper. So we'll apply plenty all over the back and the sides, and then we can add that down in the centre of this piece of vellum paper here. So make sure that I've got that fairly central. I'm just going to burnish that down. Where's my bone folder? So we'll just burnish that down like that. In fact, what we'll do, we'll bring back the StazOn ink, and we'll add Merci just to the inside to tie it in with the front again. So I'm just stamping this into this StazOn ink. Again, I just want to remove any of that excess ink from around the edge of the stamp. Don't want that. So we just wipe that away. And then we can stamp that. And I've made myself a little mark, which is the centre of the card as well, so that I know where to put it, so that it's central within the little embellishment here. That's just me being pedantic. Stamp that down There we go. That is just so cute. I love it. Now my card has been weighted down underneath a heavy book, and all I'm going to do is apply a tiny bit of diamond glaze. I'm using diamond glaze just because I know that it will glue vellum, and I'm just going to add a tiny bit just to the crease, and if I hold it like this I know that I'm going to get it in the right place. So I'm just going to squeeze a small amount along here like this. That will do. I don't need much. And then I can pop my card in, make sure I get that in the right place. And again, I'm just going to have to leave that for the glue to stick. Here's my finished card. I decided in the end to add some stamping, a bit more stamping to the background. We already had a tiny bit of text in the bottom here, but I just felt that it needed more of a contrast of dark blue to pull out the little doily that I've stamped. So that is the finished background. I just love it on the caddy paper as well. Caddy is just a 100% cotton watercolour paper, KHADI. It comes in lots of different weights. This is heavy weight. I think this is 350 GSM, and this is what the vellum paper looks like inside. I just think that's so cute. I really like that. Now of course, me being me, I couldn't stop at just one, and so I made a couple more. I made this green one as well. This one's very slightly different, again using the grey Arteza paper, but I stamped one of the bird cages on some cream paper and I've just stuck that on there, and then I used one of the little paper embellishments that came in the pack in the box as well. I just love how that's turned out. Now this one here was just done on regular cream cardstock, whereas of course this one here was the caddy paper. So if you don't have caddy paper, it doesn't matter, just improvise, just use whatever you have. I just think that's equally as pretty. I also did a pink one as well, and this is just using vintage scrap papers that I've had from within my stash. These two here have got the little ribbon tops here. This one I just used a doily instead. I just think that's absolutely gorgeous. This was more of a Japanese themed paper, which again I think goes with the birdcage and with the doilies. And for this one here, again, I've just stamped one of the bird cages directly onto the paper this time, and then stamped merci. I just think these are really pretty. So that is the way that I've decided to use the Your Creative Studio box this month. Now just to explain, Your Creative Studio boxes are a vintage subscription box. It's just over £20 per month. They sell out way in advance, so this one here I know for a fact is sold out. This is the June box, but I've received 4 of the boxes now, and every single one I have absolutely loved. They're just full of wonderful vintage treasures, and I just hope that this has given you some ideas as to how you can use them. Now, I have only used a fraction of the contents of this box, so I've still got loads of these left to use. That was the one that I used in the green card. So let me just show you. So these are just absolutely great for, you know, using in greetings cards. If I made a handmade envelope for these as well, I could use one of those as a mailing label. Just love those. I haven't used these stickers yet. I've got a ton more doilies. And of course, I've still got to think of a project to use these beautiful papers on as well. And when I do, I will be sure to share. Now, I did stamp out. The only stamp I didn't use in this little tin was the lace border here, so I've stamped that out a few times. That is really pretty as well, so that's what that one looks like, and that's what the larger doily stamp looks like. Now, I completely forgot about this one as I was making my cards, and I wish that I'd remembered, because this is the perfect size for my 1-inch circle punch. And let me just show you what this looks like, because I could also have used this as a little tab for my cards. So where I've added the tabs here like this. I could have had a larger one if I'd wanted to, but I shall just pop that in there to use at a later date. Still got loads of doilies left. I did use one of the circle doilies here on the green sticker, so that was because the centre was just a bit too plain on this doily, so I just used one of these stickers just to decorate it a bit further. And I will be using the bookmark and the ruler in my journal, so I may well come back and do a journal page as well. So I'll leave the details to Your Creative Studio in the description box below for anybody who's interested in subscribing. But for those of you that are already subscribed and have already received this box, then I hope it's given you some ideas as to how you can use it. But if you enjoyed my video today, as always, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up. Do let me know what you think in the comments below. If you're not subscribed to my channel, I'd really appreciate you hitting the subscribe button and hitting the bell for notifications of my future videos. And take care, everyone. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.